chickens! Are you guys happy? Is that a good spot? I'm so happy having them there. I can see them from our back porch. I really missed seeing them well, I still saw them every day, but I couldn't see them out the window. All right, guys, we're gonna get your area set up today. We're going to get more leaves. I'm going to use the tractor to move those wood chips over here too, so we can get a deep bedding of mulch started. That way you guys can start making compost for us. I'm on the driveway right now. We just got the chickens moved to their new yard and we want to set that up as a composting area. I want to fill up their whole yard with a thick bedding of leaves and wood chips. So we needed to clear this driveway anyway, because as it gets frosty and icy, if we have the leaves on our driveway, it's just going to turn into an ice slick. So we are raking up the leaves to clear the driveway, and then we're going to collect them so that we can move them to the chicken yard. It's a few days later since I moved the chickens over to their winter yard, and there is a project that I have been wanting to do for quite a while, and I think today is the perfect day to get it done because it is rainy. It's not super rainy right now, but it's been raining pretty hard. So these ladies are taking the chance to get out and get some exercise because they've been cooped up in their coop all morning, and so I think this project is the perfect one to get done today. When I bought my chicken coop, it was sized for about 30 chickens, and at the time I thought, there's no way that I'll ever have more than 30 chickens. That's overkill. But alas, chicken math is real, and you start out with 4, then you get 12, then you have 30, and now you have 40. So that's where I'm at right now. I got more chicks over the summer, and they spend the majority of their time outside. They only go in the coop when they want to go to sleep at night. But now that my chicks are nearly full size, I want to make sure that everybody has adequate roosting space. And so I'm going to add more roosting bars to the inside of the chicken coop. They very rarely stay in their coop all day. There was only probably 4 or 5 days last year where they would not leave their coop in winter, and that was when it was around 0 degrees. I think it was negative 14 degrees Fahrenheit was the coldest that it got last winter, and during the day the coldest that it got was around 0, and they just said no, we're not going out there. They all stayed up inside the coop and huddled together. I do have an infrared heating plate that I put in there, but I think with as many chickens as I have now, I don't want to risk putting any heating elements in there. I just want to make sure that it's enclosed, that everybody has enough roosting area, and that there's plenty of straw, and there will be plenty of body heat to keep them warm over the winter. So, hi Georgia. Hi Georgia. So I'm going to get this project done, and as it starts to rain more and they all go back in the coop, then they'll all have their own space. This is the current state of my chicken coop. There is one roosting bar here in the front that the turkeys usually like to roost on. Let's see if I can get on here. This is the inside of the coop. There's Bruda. She's always broody. Her name was Betty, and now it's Bruda, because probably 4 or 5 times a year, this is what she does. But I'm happy with it because I can give her chicks and she can raise them. So there's only one long roosting bar here that the chickens actually don't use that much because it's lower. They like to stand on the top there, and then the prime position is this bar across here. So what my plan is I'm going to cut some boards the width of the chicken coop and add 6 roosting bars across so that they're all the same height and there's no poor chicken who gets stuck on the bottom or even out here when it starts to get really cold. I'm going to go get my tape measure so I can double check the distance across the coop to know how long I need my wood to be. I think it's 5 feet, but I'm just going to double check. Then I'll cut the wood and then I will put it across and then just drill long nails into this wood here. Then everybody should have an equal space of roosting area and it will be the same height, so hopefully there's no fights and everybody stays warm and cozy in here when the weather is bad outside. Oh, I always do that. So here's our lumber storage area for now. I think eventually Matt would like to put it up on the wall. But here's what I got. I just got some 2x4s from Lowe's. And I think Matt already had to cut some wood or cut these boards for something. And I'm pretty sure he cut them to 5 feet because I told him I thought I needed 5 feet. So let's measure this. Yep, it's 5 feet. So I'm going to take this out here with me to measure it. I still want to double check the width of the coop, but I'm just going to bring this because then I can physically check it. All right, so here's one of the 5-foot boards that Matt already cut. So I'm going to see if it fits. All right, that looks really good. I should be able to get in here on both sides with the drill to drill in a couple screws into these boards here. I think I have 2 of these already and I want to cut at least 4 more and space it out and see how many I need for sure. I can't remember, it might have been 6 or 7, but they need to have at least a foot of space on the bar and a foot of space between each bar. That way they have enough room. So I want to make sure that there's enough bar space but not too many bars where they don't have enough room this way. So I'm going to go cut 4 more and then I'll start placing them and see how many I need for sure. Hi Tuna. Hi chicken. You look so much better now that you're getting your feathers back in. She's been molting, but it looks like she's gotten all of her feathers back, which I'm happy because it is starting to get cold. Hi Nancy, did you get wet? Yeah, they're starting to come in now because it's starting to rain a little bit harder. It's always a little bit interesting when I start a project like this by myself. I talked to Matt about it, but I didn't get the exact instructions from him, and I think he's sick with the flu right now, so he's asleep, and I kind of just want to get this done, so I'm going to wing it. I went shopping in his garage and I found a circular saw. So I'm just going to figure this out. I'm going to measure the wood and then mark where I want to cut it and then hopefully just make this work and get it cut. All right. So here's 5 feet right here. I should get some safety glasses. All right. Oops. It didn't make it through all the way. Oh, I probably wasn't pushing down enough. Okay, so I'll flip this over, I guess. Oh, it broke. Well, good thing this is for a chicken coop and not for anything more sophisticated. I'm learning on the job. I usually operate to the fact that if there's a will, there's a way, and I'm probably going to mess it up, but I'll get it done somehow. It might not be perfect, but I guess that's how you learn. All right, well that's cut. I'll just make sure that the side that has the splinters faces down so that they don't come in contact with that. So, all right, I cut a board. All right, so now this one should be over 5 feet, although it doesn't seem that much longer. Let's see. It's like 5 feet and an inch. So I might just try it. I like how I'm using a metal laundry basket, which I'm actually going to use as a hay feeder for the goats, and the tire of the tractor to hold the wood up. But again, like I said, I'm going to make this work. So now I have 8 boards. I'm going to put this away because I always get in trouble for not putting stuff away. And then I'm going to find the screws that I need, get my drill set up, and then take them out to the coop. It's like killing yourself to grab all the grocery bags in one load so you don't have to go back to the car. I was determined to get all of these and only have to make one trip. I think I have everything that I need here. I found the screws. They're 2-inch screws. I did measure it on the wood and it does have a bit of bite that will go into the bottom board. But I think because the board is sitting on top of another board and I'm coming down, I think that'll be fine as long as it doesn't keep it from wiggling. So I am going to bring a bit to drill in a pilot hole, and then this has a special star bit, so that fits there. And I'll bring my screws. So I think that'll be good. All right. So I think this will be good here. Except, maybe not. I don't know if I want it right here because there's a roosting bar directly below it, and I don't want somebody to get pooped on if somebody chooses to be right there. So I'm going to offset it just a little bit, I guess. The chickens are so concerned. What is she doing to our house? All right. Now I am pretty disgusting. I have poop all over me. I don't know how this is gonna go. We'll just see. Well, that holds. I did it completely blind, but I got at least one screw in on each side and it's stable, so I'm gonna call it good. rained out when I was finishing putting the roosting bars up in the coop, and I think I got it all done in there, but I did not get a chance to show you all of the bars that were up. So I'm going to go in there now and see if anybody's using them. Oh my goodness, well so far nothing. There's the turkey. The turkeys love to be on that roosting bar. But look at this! Crazy chickens. It's raining. I came out here, it was a downpour, like an absolute downpour, and the wind was really, really strong. And these chickens were out here, and so I shooed them inside, but they are still doing little stinkers. The Polish chickens are the most funny when they get wet. I'm gonna see if I can go around and see. Hi, little Polish chicken. Look at that chicken. You are so silly. You should not be getting wet. You should go inside. Okay, so it doesn't look like they're using the roosting bars at all yet. Oh, there's Sheila. Thank you, Sheila, you're using it. So I got 8 roosting bars set up in here. This coop is 5 feet wide by 16 feet long. So those 8 roosting bars, that comes out to about 1.5 to 2 feet between each of the roosting bars, which I think is perfect because you need at least 1 foot in between. But nobody's quite using it yet. I have Sheila back there. She's using it. Nobody else is really into it quite yet, so we'll see. Chickens are funny. Sometimes they see something new and they're like, oh no, I'm not using that. Hopefully tonight they actually get their stuff together and start using it, but I'll come out here and check on them and see. Also, an update on their chicken yard. I did get their water moved, and we got the trailer full of leaves moved up here. So this is about half of our driveway. We didn't pick up the leaves from the other half, which that's a huge bummer that we didn't get the leaves from the other half of the driveway picked up before this rain hit. They're a bit harder to pick up when they're sopping wet, so maybe we'll wait a couple days and let them dry out and just hope that they don't fly away and get out of their piles. So we have maybe 1/4 of the yard that is covered by leaves, and I would like to get the rest of our leaves picked up and put in here. But what I want to do is actually go by the dump and see if other people have dropped off bags of leaves, because then I can capitalize off of the work that they already did and just come here and drop them off in the chicken yard. So I would love to get at least 2 to 3 inches of leaves covering this entire yard. And this is 1,000 square feet of yard, so that's a lot of leaves. But I think that I might be able to get them if I go to the dump. Also, I did let the power company know that I would love for them to drop off wood chips if they have a tree service coming by in my area. So with the combination of wood chips and leaves, I hope that I can get the rest of this area filled up. So worst case scenario, if I can't get the entire yard filled up with enough leaves, I think I might just segregate this probably 1/3 of the yard that's already pretty well covered. And I've seen people use plastic milk crates or even logs to segregate an area for a compost pile with chickens. I might do that. That way I can just keep that really thick and put all of the compostable materials in there, and they can just go over and work that smaller area. Because it would be great to have at least 6 inches of wood chips and leaves in the compost area. That way there's enough carbon to offset anything that is breaking down. But that is a ton of leaves. So if I can't get enough, I would like there to be at least 2 to 3 inches covering the whole yard, and then the area where I'm trying to compost to be at least 6 inches, 6 to 12 inches. So we'll just see what I get, what I'm able to get from our property or from the dump, other people's properties. And again, this is my first time. I don't know what I'm doing. I just wanted to try a new thing, so we'll see how it works. So this was my first go at getting my chickens ready for the winter. They really don't need much. They're really hardy animals, but I did want to make sure that all of them had plenty enough roosting space inside the chicken coop. And I wanted to make sure that they were close to the house so that I could run an extension cord out here to keep their water from freezing with a de-icer. I don't have the de-icer yet, but at least they're close by, and once I get it, I can come hook it up. I think we are going to be in the 20s next week, and I think maybe next Tuesday it's only supposed to be a high of 37, so I might need it by then. I'll probably get that on order so it's ready, but otherwise I think we're in good shape. I'll just keep adding leaves and wood chips to their yard to hopefully give them a nice deep bedding system and start my compost pile. Then the only other thing I'm thinking about doing is adding siding, some sort of siding to my chicken coop. Last year I had only about 22 chickens, and so they would all just huddle in the middle of that chicken coop area up top. And I just don't think all of them will fit there this year. So I kind of want to make sure that that isn't drafty. That'll give them more space. I'll have to go shopping around the property, especially at the old house, the junk pile, to see if maybe I can find any metal siding to go on there, and we'll just try to maybe zip tie it onto the side of the coop. That's the only thing I'll probably do with them. Other than that, I think they're pretty ready to go for winter, and I am so happy to have them close to the house. Chickens are just one of my favorite animals. I love looking out the window and just watching them peck and scratch around, so I'm happy to have them close by. I very much enjoy moving their yard around in the summer. I'll probably have to keep doing that, but I don't know, I'm kind of grappling with the idea of having a static chicken yard and just doing year-long compost in this area, because I love having them close by and I love being able to see them outside our living room window. So I don't know, we'll see. I'll test it over the winter, and then maybe we'll decide if we want to keep them here, or maybe over the summer we will rotate them like we did this year. Right, these chickens better be using these roosting bars. Ooh, I think we do have some. Hi, chickens. Oh, look at this. Look at that. Good chickens. Good chickens. Yay. Hi. It's okay, little Polish. It's okay. Hi, turkey. They like it. Oh, that makes me so happy. Okay, lots of them are crowded back here, but it looks like a lot of them are using the space in the middle at least, so instead of probably 20 right here, there's maybe 10. Sorry, chickens. I'd say that's pretty good. They look a lot more comfortable than they were before, so I think that's a win. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching Little Lady Homestead, and I'll see you in my next one.